I had another really good question tonight, asking me what books I recommend that would help somebody with BPD get to remission. You know, a place where they don't experience episodes anymore, where they're manageable, where they don't experience the symptoms in the same way. I have read almost every single book on BPD. I don't want to say every one because there are new ones all the time, but I have at least read a dozen, maybe more, and that's a pretty fair number, books on BPD. So I have some right behind me that I regularly reference in my classes. The first is going to scare you a little bit because of our fear of abandonment. You know, the title makes you think that it's BPD is so negative it can't be stopped and, you know, your partner should run for the hills. But I assure you, not only is this good for you to read so that you understand what it's like for your partner and the people in your life to be around you, but it's also good for your partner to read as it will give them more empathy and insight into the condition, and they will end up being more supportive, I promise. It's entitled Stop Walking on Eggshells, okay? It's by Paul Mason and Randy Kreger. The next book is not necessarily for BPD, but it was extremely helpful for me because a lot of our problems revolve around not being able to communicate properly with our partners and communicate our emotions. So this book really breaks down communication, okay? And it's called Crucial Conversations, okay? And it's really called Crucial Conversation Tools. But, I mean, it's, you know, whatever, okay? Great book. The next one is another one that isn't necessarily directly related to BPD, but I found extremely useful. You know, I experienced a lot of anger issues with my BPD, and if you have that facet or you get upset over the smallest things, this book will help. It's called Rage, okay? It's a step-by-step guide to overcoming explosive anger, which I had explosive anger associated with my condition. And the last book, which I think is pretty helpful and gives you kind of an overview, is Borderline Personality Disorder Demystified. Now, that book is a little bit bigger of a read. It's a little bit more complicated, but if you're serious about beating the condition, I do suggest that book. If I had to start with any of them, I would start with Stop Walking on Eggshells, whether you are the BPD person or the partner. Maybe read it together. I also strongly recommend my classes. I have been through all of this. I teach classes to beat this. I specifically teach classes that help people with BPD get to remission. And I teach interventive emotional skills, something I developed after hitting remission. So I'd love to see you there, and I would love to hear your feedback on the books. If you have any other questions, let me know.